said it was going, and then the music was going. So music is usually my cue that the mic is on, but I guess that doesn't work. Anyways, I want to talk about Bitcoin. So we've been talking about this for a while now, saying that we need to proceed with caution because Bitcoin is more or less structurally neutralized. So yeah, like any new position it comes with a lot of risk because there's still the ability for us to have a shakeout. That, coupled with the amount of bullish sentiment in the space, is ridiculous. People are making stupid amounts of money on the most dumb coins that I've ever seen. Like these useless, completely garbage projects people are making a killing on. That's a red flag. That is a red flag. So I want to take a look at Bitcoin's structure. I want to take a look at Bitcoin dominance, and I want to take a look at some of these other altcoins. Specifically the top two meme coins. Meme coins seem to be a thing now. You know, the last real boom that we had, the last shakeout that we had was as a result of the DeFi boom. And we're going to do some comparative analysis on what the structure of Bitcoin looked like during the DeFi boom and how it looks today. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at the king of all cryptocurrencies, and that is Bitcoin. All right, so we're going to start out here on the 8 hour. So we've been kind of range bound in this area right here. I've really simplified my analysis on this. We need to proceed with caution. This is basically my line in the sand right here. As long as we can maintain above this level of 55.5, basically, I can be short-term bullish, or I can be thinking that we can hold the levels. Now, if we start to break down here, if we get a new low locally, I think we're going to experience some unpleasantness, and it seems appropriate given just the sentiment in the space. So if we break down here and then bearish test underneath this channel, honestly, I would not even be surprised to see us go down to $38,000. And I know that that sounds ridiculous, and I know that that sounds impossible. But if we start breaking out some of those, if we start breaking down on some of those support levels, there's not a ton holding us up until we get to that level. So if you're just joining now, you need to realize the level of risk you're assuming taking positions with Bitcoin in its current state. Altcoins, meanwhile, what's going on with the altcoins is incredible price action. You're seeing a ton of really bullish sentiment, really bullish follow through in the altcoin space. And that makes it very hard to think about taking profits. It makes it very hard to think about building a cash position. It makes it very hard to sit on your hands. And it's just not a good thing. It's a recipe for disaster. So I'm not going to dwell on this being too bearish. I just want you guys to think about both sides. I don't want you to just think about what the upside potential is. You also have to assume the downside risk. You have to be able to limit exposure and imagine what your portfolio is going to be like in the event of a breakdown. Currently, we have no breakdown. Currently, we're above my line in the sand where I feel comfortable. It's just a matter of, play both sides, understand both sides, because Bitcoin is neutral. Going back to why is Bitcoin neutral? We had these series of highs, and we had some higher lows, and then we got our first lower low. And so now this could be our first lower high. And if we confirm a lower high after a lower low and break below this low, it's going to be ugly, and I would not be surprised to see us back down in this area. Where am I getting this? This area, shout out to Cold-Blooded Schiller. If you're not watching Cold-Blooded Schiller on Twitch, he's another really great analyst. He is very honest. He's no bullcrap. He just looks at what he sees in the charts and says it like it is. And he's been looking at the Bitcoin on the weekly, and that's where he's gotten this kind of range for a kind of, scary retracement. If this were to occur, this is how he's determined this range. What would be confirmed a lower high? The area that we're at right now. but it needs to break down to confirm. So, you know, this was the preliminary supply. This is like the last place where we have built support. And typically, you know, when Bitcoin does these ridiculous retracements, it's not outside of the realm of possibility to get a 40% retracement. I am not trying to scare you guys. I am just trying to allow you to think about your portfolio and your altcoin positions if indeed we were to break down. So to answer your question, where is the lower high? This is the lower high. It has not confirmed yet because we need to break down below the low for it to confirm, but this is the high. This is the lower high. And it's tentative. So we would need to see how that develops. The problem is when it confirms, your portfolio on the altcoin side is already going to be wrecked. So have a plan, please. If you don't hold cash, like if you're long this market, which I am, by the way, I am long-term bullish on this market. It's just about giving yourself opportunity to buy these dips. If you don't hold a cash position whatsoever, you're at the mercy of the market, and if we retrace, you're a bag holder and you're forced to wait for higher levels. Whereas if you do have a cash position, you're able to deploy valuable capital at a very strategic time. So that's kind of the trade-off here. It's like, yeah, you want to keep your money at work, you want to make sure that your investments are, you know, continue to bring profits to you, so you don't want to take it out too early. But if you don't have any cash position whatsoever, you're at the whim, you're at the mercy of the market. What is a sensible percentage of cash position to hold? That's a very good question, and it really depends on the bullishness of the market. So when we're in this kind of stage, you do want to put your money to work. So, you know, you may find yourself getting to the point, it's not a fixed amount. You may find yourself getting to the point where your cash reserves may be down to even 2% or something. But start skimming it, get it back up to 5, 10, 15%, depending on how bearish and how large of a retracement you think there may be. And it depends on your strategy. How are you playing this? Do you think this is a top? Do you think that we're near the end? What is your time parameter for your trades? Because if you're a short term trying to get the most out of the swings, well, yeah, you know, your cash position to buy on the dips is going to be a much richer cash position because you like to sit in the cash. Whereas if you're, you know, long and you can't really predict the volatility and you think there's going to be more upside, then your cash position might be smaller. For me, I'm building up my cash position right now. It's currently at a pretty juicy 15%. 15% cash position for me is pretty big, especially in the market conditions we've been in. That's kind of on the juicier side. So that's what I am, you know, preparing to deploy if we do need to do so. If we take a look at the daily, you know, the bearish divergence on the RSI has not gone away. And, you know, we're kind of butt up against this area of resistance here. If we break above this on the RSI, then yeah, we'll start knocking out some of these highs and we'll just continue on our merry way. That's fine. You know, if I thought I could predict the direction of the market, I would be all in and all out on any of my predictions. But that's not what trading is. That's not how it works. You just need to position yourself for both scenarios where you are leaning heavier to one side. So in a bull market, I lean heavier to structuring my portfolio bullish. And when there's like this uncertainty and neutrality to the market, I'll scale it back and kind of build my portfolio neutral. So, you know, don't think in terms of all in and all out. You do need to be flexible with this kind of stuff. So that's the warning. I want to go ahead and take a look at the DeFi boom of 2019. I think it was 2019. Maybe it was 2018. Let's go take a look. We'll go to the BLX. For those who don't know, the BLX is the longest price chart for Bitcoin. So I'm going to go to the daily and I'm going to zoom way out. And I believe the DeFi boom was, yeah, in 2019. This was the peak of this was the peak of the DeFi boom. Was that the DeFi boom? When was the DeFi boom? Okay, you know what? It might have actually been back here. Yes, it was August. It was August 2020. That's what it was. So, you know, similar sort of structure, you know, as far as a topping formation, you can see that the kind of 3 peaks there. We're kind of rounding over. Let's take a look at what the RSI doing the exact same thing. You know, we had that decline on the RSI, that bearish divergence on the RSI, and this drop. Let's take a measurement on that drop. The drop itself was 20%. What was the initial drop? The initial dip was 11%. So the total drop from the top to the bottom was not even that bad, actually. And a lot of people got really scared after that one. So a 20% retracement, a lot of people got really frightened on that one. It happens. The space reminds me, the sentiment in the space around these meme coins reminds me of the sentiment that we had here in the DeFi boom. Everybody was buying a bunch of nonsense, and it's fine. It's good. You know, it's okay because people are entering the market where people are learning about cryptocurrency. People are interacting with smart contracts. They're learning DeFi. The only problem is they're buying shit. They're buying garbage. They're buying trash. So we need a little bit of a shakeout so that they can get, you know, wrecked. Basically, I don't want to wish anybody to get wrecked, but it's a part of the ecosystem. It's a part of the cycle, because you enter, you're making a bunch of money, you're happy, you're learning all these new skills, and then bam, spank, you are hit hard, and it forces you to reassess, because you can see the potential of the space. You can see how interacting with a smart contract is so innovative. You can see all of the value that is the underlying assets of blockchain. You just reassess what it was that you were holding, and you get people, you know, actually reading and doing research and holding better projects. So, you know, I'm definitely starting to lean a little bit bearish on Bitcoin. Another thing that I want to take a look at is Bitcoin dominance. So this is an altcoin season. This is the largest altcoin season that we have seen since 2017. This has been a nonstop tear of Bitcoin dominance heading to the downside. I'm looking at this level right here around 40%. I want to see a bounce. We're going to get a bounce at some point. Here's the thing about Bitcoin dominance, though. It plays out one of two ways. Bitcoin either increases in dominance as it begins to pump, and people begin to flood into Bitcoin in preparation of the move. They're worried about the move and they want to get involved in that move. So they leave their altcoins and they jump into Bitcoin. Or people jump into Bitcoin as a sanctuary asset. So, you know, the altcoins, when they retrace, they usually retrace more. So you get people taking profits out of the altcoins, putting it into Bitcoin, pumping up Bitcoin dominance where they feel safer. They feel as though, you know, you're not going to get those substantial retracements. You know, it's just, yeah, that's kind of the way it goes sometimes. But in the meantime, a lot of these coins are doing ridiculous. Let's take a real quick look at Ethereum. So shout out to my VIP. You know, we were calling out Ethereum at $2,000. $2,000 was the last. I mean, we've been calling lower levels as well, but $2,000 was the last main move that we got before, you know, heading to the upside. And if you took that trade, you know, you're up 100% on that trade. So congratulations to anybody that took that trade. Skimmed profits here at this consolidation, skimmed profits here. We'll see if this trend continues. The trend is your friend until it ends. But I'm definitely skimming out profits as things continue to become overheated. So yeah, that's kind of Ethereum. Now let's talk about the freaking meme coins. These stupid meme coins. Oh God. Okay, we'll start with Doge. Okay, the people's currency. Doge is looking like shit. Doge is looking bad. What's going on, Shroomer? Nice to see you in the chat. Oh, I'm just looking at the Twitch chat. I gotta get into multi-stream. Yeah, so I mean, we're in a localized downtrend here on Doge. If I just spread this out a little bit, let's go down to the 4-hour. Nice bearish test here, really low volume, low participation. It was a buy the rumor, sell the news. This was the run up for the SNL event. We got a peak on May 8th. May 8th was it, when nothing happened as a result of Elon Musk, you know, going on and talking about Doge. The price was priced in. The excitement, the anticipation was already priced in. If this is your first time with a buy the rumor, sell the news event, here it is. This is what it looks like. Oh, no worries, man. You can watch me wherever. But on that note, Shroomer is saying you don't like Twitch or whatever on your phone. Your phone doesn't like Twitch. I got my first kind of community email from YouTube. YouTube does not like cryptocurrency creators. So I'm just going to ask you guys, if you do enjoy my content, Twitch is a much friendlier platform for freedom of speech, I think, in terms of cryptocurrency and this community building aspect. So if you're not already following me on Twitch, go ahead and follow me on Twitch, because if there is ever a time where there's a little bit of downtime on my channel because YouTube just doesn't like cryptocurrency creators because of all the scammers that are in the space, they just do these blanket bans, you'll still be able to catch me on Twitch. So yeah, you know, bearish test here on the underside of this this trading range that we had. You know, LPSY, she's going down. I don't know how far it's going to go down, but there's no value in Doge. There's no value. So it is what it is. It's a whale playground out there. Be careful with what you buy. I'd be shorting it, honestly. Let's take a look at Shiba. So I actually did short Shiba, but I got stopped out, and I think I just got a little too carried away. It's looking like I want to short it right now. Should we short Shiba? Let's short it. I don't usually do trades live, but you know what? Today's a special day. Let's short Shiba. So here I am on FTX. I think my invalidation point is above this level. Let's go short. Oh, maybe I don't want to show. Maybe I don't want to show how much I'm going to put on this. Yeah, you know what? I'll short it later. I don't need to give out too much of my personal information. Yeah, I think that this is going to break down. Here's the thing. Again, people made a ton of money on this coin, and then Binance introduced futures contracts on it. That allows the whales to hedge out of their positions. Futures markets are highly liquid. They're very, very liquid. And, you know, it's a way for them to hedge. So if they have, you know, if they sold 20% of their position, the price would completely crash. It would be done. It would be over. And they don't really want to do that. So what they do is they go into the futures markets with maybe 5%, and they'll do like a Forex short. And effectively, that's 20%. So they've covered 20% of their position. If it starts to break down, if you get one of these other whales that just, you know, is you know, thinks that the pump is over, and, you know, you have the whales that are covering, they're just covering the position so that they're locking in those prices. If we head down, they make money. If it heads up, they make money. You know, you got to think like the whales. You got to think about how these people play. So yeah, I think Shiba, I don't know. It's holding a support here. Let's go to the Uniswap chart. Yeah, 108 wallets combined hold more than 50% of all Doge. It's just no bueno. No bueno. Kind of looks like a reaccumulation on this chart. It might be a risky trade for me to try and short something that has such a ridiculous amount of demand. The only reason that this would play out is if Bitcoin broke down. So that's kind of a risky trade. Maybe we won't do it. We'll see. You know, there's a lot is hanging in the balance as far as what Bitcoin is going to decide. It'll need another $60 billion to enter to get it to $1. Okay, so that's actually a common misconception. You don't actually, market cap is not an injection of capital. The market order books decide the price. Market cap is just a reflection of everybody's holdings. It's all theoretical. It doesn't actually mean anything. What makes the price $1 is people bidding it up to $1. That's it. You know, it's not putting money in and then the market cap goes up. It's a very common misconception. Market cap is not the amount of money that went into the asset, because the people that bought Doge at, you know, pennies have the exact same allocation of market cap per coin as those that paid 50 or 60 cents. So it's not the amount of capital that exists inside of the ecosystem. Okay. All right, so that's basically it for the crappy, meme coins. It seems to be a frothy spot in the market. Let's see. Let's go back to Bitcoin for a sec. See what Bitcoin's doing, and then we'll take some of your requests. We'll take a look at some of your charts. Yeah, it looks like we want to break down here. I don't know. We got to hold this level. 55 has got to hold. 55,000 has got to hold. Yep, we will see. We will see. I think this will resolve at some point. We will either go up or we will go down by the end of today's close. The daily candle right now doesn't look great. Looks like a continuation candle. We'll see. Okay. 50x leverage. No, never. Never. The max I will ever do for leverage is 3x. That's my maximum. And I need to be very, very, very confident to do that. I usually do 2x. What are your thoughts on passive income some of the meme coins provide? No. Example, Cumrock, no. I'm currently earning $30 a day. It's not going to last, in my opinion. When you're in a project that all they do is promise you money, it's a scam. I have yet to see a project where all they do is promise you returns and nothing else, and them not end up being some sort of a scam. Whether it's like, a nefarious actor in the background, or whether it's just a token project, a smart contract that's structured in a way that, is kind of malicious and unsustainable. That's kind of what a lot of these people are doing now, is they're realizing that they don't have to take on any liability. 2017, it was all about the ICOs. The ICOs had leaders, they had teams, they had legal people pointing fingers. With these smart contracts, you can just launch a token on a smart contract, promote it, and say it's a community-based token, and people are making billions of dollars doing this. And it's the way that the rich people are screwing over the little people again by manipulating these markets once again. Even though it's a meme, can't find myself selling, especially if the price gets to around $1. Yeah, I don't know. Just trade with the trend, man. When the trend changes, it will maintain a downtrend. BTC just triggered my 55K alert. Yeah. Yeah, I did take a closer look at ETH. Basically, the long and short of ETH there is, there's no trade here. We had the trade down here at $2,000. We had the trade up here at 2,600. If you guys want access to that kind of information, join VIP. We're a strong community. Wyckoff, we buy dips, we play long swings. I haven't been posting a lot, so if you guys are new to my group, I'm specifically speaking to the newcomers coming in and probably looking at the VIP channel being like, yo, what the fuck? Why is there no setups? There's no setups because there's no setups. There's a reason that I am limiting the setups, because you need to sit on your hands, in my opinion. If it were me, if I'm taking positions, I let you know, and I'm waiting for a dip. And when the dip comes and you're scared and I'm posting, you're gonna encounter another issue, and that's having the bravery to buy those dips. Yeah, so ETH, there's no trade. We're just on an extension. What's a continuation candle? I mean, that's just... You start to kind of notice trends in the candle. Like we have a down bar, a small green bar, and then it's looking like it wants to continue as a down bar. It's not like, I don't do candlestick analysis. I just look, you see it enough times that it's looking like it wants to continue. It's going to close below the open of the green bar on the daily. LRC, sure, yeah, I think you made that request, or somebody made that request last stream, and I don't think I made it. I don't think I did it. LRC. Loop ring. Okay, interested to hear you have, you just say 5 positions at one time. Is that true? As far as the trades, yes. If I'm to manage trades, meaning if I'm moving stop losses, if I'm taking profits, if I'm, following the price action of the trade, 5 is my maximum. Bitcoin almost isn't even a trade for me. I have Bitcoin on a ledger and it just lives there. And that's not a trade. It's an asset that I'm accumulating, and that's it. So, I have other coins that I'm not in any position where I have to manage them. So they're just, they live somewhere, they live on a wallet, they don't have a stop loss, and there's no management required. When it comes to actually, monitoring the trade, moving stop losses, taking profits, looking for active entries, 5 is my absolute maximum. Dogecoin is just getting started. When you hesitate, Dogecoin will rise to $1, $10, $100, $1,000. I don't know, buddy. I really don't think that, I'll believe it when I see it, and I won't be a participant in it. The local trend is down. All right. So here we are on loop ring. So we have our preliminary supply line right here. Let's go ahead and drop the support range. Looks like we've bounced off it quite nicely. A lot of supply coming in. There's still quite a bit of supply in this area. Let's draw a trading range on here. Yeah, we're trending in the right direction. We're making higher local. We have a higher low, and we've just made a higher high. If Bitcoin decides to spoil the party, though, it can knock us right back down into this consolidation range. So, you really need to have a healthy amount of attention focused towards Bitcoin right now, just because of the uncertainty with where it is structurally speaking, and just the amount of bullish sentiment in the space. Everybody thinks that they can get rich. Everybody thinks that they're going to get rich off of their coin. And that's usually a red flag. That's usually a sign that, there's going to be some unpleasantness. Now, you can't predict these things. This is just, my typical observations that I've seen throughout the years. You never know when the local top comes in, but there's always a reaction. There's always a retracement. There's always a correction at some point. Does it happen at higher levels? I don't know. I'm just kind of preparing. Loop ring, I mean, there's not a lot to say here. We are kind of structurally making some higher highs. You're going to want to buy a pullback on this one. Let's go down to 4 hours, see what it's doing. I think, if you were to do this trade, you could look for potential turnarounds down at around 60 cents, 65 cents. Look for a turnaround down in that area. Or if we just on the hourly or something start to flag here, you could also take a position. Flag looks a little weak. Yeah, it's we'll see how this one progresses, but we're on the extension. You don't buy the extension, you buy the reaction. Okay, get that reaction, wait for it to turn around, and then you can make an entry on that turnaround. So that's loop ring. Ah, yes, Chris from Greece, FSN. Yes, I forgot about FSN. Not available on too many exchanges. Oh, I'm on the, let's go to the daily. Okay, so it's leaving an accumulation range. Do I think that the market will still be bullish if we go below 47K? Not sure if the buy this dip strategy will work if we close below this level. I think that it will be a buy the dip strategy that will work in the short term and allow you to hold positions that you can monitor for continuation. If we head down that low below 47K, I'm calling 38K. We could bounce back quite a bit, and it's that bounce back that you're going to want to monitor. So I do think that there is still some trades to happen down there, but you're right. If we come down for a lower low and we come down and we're unable to break out some of the highs, Now we're in a bear market. Now we're in a downtrend. Now we need to, realize that the trend is working against our bullish setups. So that'll kind of be the last point at which we could make those types of assessments. We got this channel here. We kind of backed up. We're up thrusting right now. We've come back down to this area right here. It's not super clear. I would like to see some support be built. Whether the support builds somewhere in this area, whether we get some support built here, it's hard to say. It's not very clear where the support is. Maybe down here is support. Yeah, it's hard to say. I'd like to see us at least get a higher low, so we could probably come back down, somewhere in this area and then turn around would be the bullish case scenario. The bearish case scenario down here and then get a turnaround. But it's leaving a multi-year accumulation, so that's a good step in the right direction for you. Is that a contract address, daily memes? God. The memes are out of control. Out of control. Not to mention why put capital into coins that underperform. Keep your funds in the best performers for that period of time. Rotate as necessary. Easier to manage, fewer trades. I agree. Have different buckets. Have your consistent wins. Bitcoin and Ethereum. Ethereum is undervalued. I'm telling you, Ethereum. I'm not telling you to buy it right now on the extension, but Ethereum is undervalued for what it offers. It's huge. It is a massive project. And if you tell me that it's a useless project because of the fees, then you're thinking way too short term. You are thinking way too short term. From my very limited knowledge, it looks like Anchor is in a downtrend. Is that correct? Yeah. So I've got a little trick that you can use to identify trends as you are new to them. Let's take a look at Anchor. And that is this indicator called zigzag. Zigzag plus. Oh, that's not the indicators tab. Go to the indicators right here and type in zigzag and go to zigzag plus. Where is it? Come on. Zigzag plus. You throw it on there and then it's very loud. It's very noisy. I hate it. But what I do is I go into the settings and I don't repaint. I turn the style. I turn the labels stay on, lines turn off, scanning direction turns off. And then you have, it tells you the trend. So higher high, higher low, higher, that's wrong. That's not a higher high. It's a lower high. So I guess it doesn't work every time. Lower low, lower high. Or maybe it does it by the candle. I don't know what it does. That's an incorrect label. So I guess on this one, it doesn't really work. But go mess around with zigzag plus. It can help you understand trend. But it's basically the highs and the lows. So understanding where these things invalidate. If a high doesn't break through the next high, it's a lower high. And if it breaks through a lower low, it's a lower low. So yeah, to answer your question, it's in a downtrend. High, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and we're just on our way down for a lower low potentially. Given the trend, this could print the first higher low. Just because you're in a downtrend doesn't, the trend is your friend, but it can reverse at any point as well. On this one, I would like to see it come down further. I'd be looking back at the preliminary supply somewhere down here. There was no support built. It's got a lot of room to the downside. When I just surface level, that's what I see. I don't have any fundamentals to back it up. I don't know what's going on with this project at all, really. So you might be able to convince yourself of some more bullish targets. But when I look at this surface level, it looks like it's got a lot of room to the downside. If I give you the name of a cryptocurrency, can you tell me if it's good? That's what this show's all about, at least from a TA point of view. I take a look at the coins you want me to take a look at. I prefer that they exist on TradingView, otherwise my bias towards them plummets. Yeah, we look at coins from a technical point of view. Chili's. Swing analysis can be done to determine which coins are outperforming in each sector. Yes. Yeah, let's take a look at Chili's, I guess. How far down the chat am I? Okay. And then I've got a little more time before I got to jump into the virtual classroom. So if you want to learn how to trade, if you want to learn how to read charts, if you want to learn when the best time to invest is, statistically speaking, you have to learn how to read price charts. We teach the Wyckoff method in the crypto jungle. If you're interested in joining VIP and becoming a part of a strong community that has good coin callouts, we're not just throwing a bunch of crap at you for the sake of posting, then links down below. Check out the crypto jungle. Chili's is, it got a lot of hype. You got to be careful with stuff that gets a lot of hype because you never know when it turns. Very similar structure to Anchor. Wonder what the correlation is with that. But, localized downtrend, some up thrusts, ugly up thrusts, and it looks like it wants to continue. If it were to not continue, yes, there is a replay. Very good question there, Blacksmith. So these happen immediately after the stream, and they are recorded. And we share the replay. So you basically just drop your questions and charts into a specific area in the Discord, and we go through it, and your questions get answered whether you're there or not. Links down below, or just go to thecryptojungle.com. And if you would like to get a free 30-day trial and you don't have an FTX and Bybit account, if you sign up for a new FTX and Bybit account, you get a free 30 days to the group. Chili's, yeah, my bias is bearish for a lot of this stuff because of the uncertainty going on with Bitcoin. So yeah, technically we're sitting on an area of support. Technically you want to buy support levels, but my confidence that this won't break down to lower levels is low because I think that the altcoins are overextended. I think that there's going to be a bounce in Bitcoin on Bitcoin dominance for some reason, whether it's to retreat or whether it is to jump into a Bitcoin pump, we don't know. But yeah, I think it's in a downtrend, local downtrend. Bitcoin at 54.7. I mean, 54.7 is fine if it can get back up. The line in the sand doesn't mean if it crosses, it's over. It simply means that, we need to defend that level. You get fake outs all the time. Where's my chart? Yeah, so, this is okay. When I say it's my line in the sand, we have to see how the daily closes because things wick down all the time. This wicked down, it got bought back up. Like, you don't freak out just because it crosses the line. You have to let it develop. You have to let the price develop, and waiting for the daily close is a good area of confirmation. We're breaking down right now, but we'll see what happens. We want to get outside of this price channel. If we break below this low, it's probably going to get ugly. And that's just what I'm seeing in the charts. Check out Stark. Looks like it has a lot of potential. Check out their website. Do they have a chart? Because I don't bother with any fundamentals until the chart looks good. What is it? STRK? Brand new. So it's a gaming token. I think gaming tokens are gonna get hyped. I think there's the play to earn economy, which I'm just kind of waking up to with gaming. I'm not a gamer at all. I'm not a gamer. But there's a lot of interesting things that are being developed in the blockchain space for blockchain gaming. So yeah, I don't know enough about this, and I'm not going to look at a website right now on this one, but it's at least on TradingView. I want to see some price candles develop. It was launched, a few hours ago. Uh, 20% retracement on BTT is healthy. Hard to say. Let's see what's going on with BTT. I got time for a few more. Looks like I already had some ideas on this one. Yeah, we're in a downtrend. I don't even think that this is valid anymore. We're in a downtrend. It's choppy. It's kind of ugly. You know, the last point of support was back here at the previous breakout. I don't like the altcoins right now. I really don't. I'm not paying attention to altcoins at this level until they get into the value zone. So yeah, I mean, 20%, that's healthy, but we're already talking about 80% on this one. BitTorrent, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Pirate on TradingView is showing a cup and handle, but polarity is in a downtrend. Why the big disparity in exchanges? If there's a difference in price between exchanges, you know, that could probably happen because it's a privacy coin. So privacy coin, they might have limits on how you can exchange and how you can deposit privacy coins, because there's kind of an extra layer of risk associated with privacy coins. And if there's an inability to transfer funds from one exchange to the other, arbitrage traders can't do anything. You know, the reason Bitcoin is the same price more or less across all exchanges is because when there's a premium on one, arbitrage traders grab the premium Bitcoin and they bring it to the undervalued exchange and they sell it. Or no, the other way around. They take the undervalued one and they go to the premium one and they sell it for more dollars. And it's called arbitrage trading. So with a privacy coin, that might be harder to do. Hold or fold Decentraland. I mean, I'm scared to look. The NFT space is deflated. Depends on your time parameter. That doesn't look bad. It's uptrending. You know, it's choppy, but at least it's in an uptrend. I've seen a lot worse today. If we break the channel, if we break the structure, then you can start visiting the possibilities of wanting to exit the position. But yeah, I think as long as we're in an uptrending environment, it's okay. It's slow, it's not pumping, it's not doing what it did back here, but it is carrying on to the upside. And I think it's because the blockchain gaming space is a pretty strong space. So there is still demand there. Whether it's retail demand, probably not. It might just be the natural flow of demand. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm new to crypto. Any tips on what to invest in? Your education. This is the number one thing that you need to invest in. Figure out what makes things work. If you don't understand crypto at all, start with Bitcoin and work your way back from there. If you're wanting me to give you some shill projects, you're at the worst time to be buying shilled projects. Audius, I think it's fundamentally a strong project. I'm just going to skim through some of these comments here. We're running out of time. Checked BTC breaking down. Kate coin, new Doge killer, 50x in 2 days. Yeah, right. Not a chance, buddy. Meme coins are going to go down. They're going to go down hard. They're going to hurt a lot of people. Signed up to FTX with your referral code. How do I get the first month free? So, yeah, if you signed up, are you in the Discord? Once you sign up, there will be a, if you go to thecryptojungle.com, there's 3 different packages. Go to the $0 package and that'll reroute you to the form that you need to fill out that gives me the user ID so that I know that you signed up under my link. That'll bring you into a Discord channel and then I can verify and get you into the main channel. Should I sell if I lose 20% from 300%? I can't tell you what to do with your trades, man. You have to have your take profit strategy. You have to have your exit plan. You have to have all of that kind of thought of ahead of time. Don't enter a trade without a plan. Discord invite is invalid. I'm gonna have to take that down. We are keeping out scammers. You can't get into the free Discord. You can only do it with Nightbot. Okay. We'll take a look at 1 inch. Sorry, I'm really confused. I'm new to crypto. I get that you take crypto, you don't leave it on the platform, but you don't only make money when the money is on the platform sitting. When you take it out, you just not making any money. Oh no, you're buying the asset. You know, you can put the coin anywhere you want. You can put it anywhere. Like that's what whales do. If you buy Bitcoin and you own Bitcoin, you can put that Bitcoin anywhere you want. The value of Bitcoin has nothing to do with the exchange. If you own it, you own it. You can put it anywhere you want. Yeah, it's a wild beast to hold on to, this 1 inch, but it is trending in the right direction. I like this backup. I think even if Bitcoin kind of spoils the show a little bit, you know, ruins the party, and we end up back down in this level inside of the channel, I don't think it'll be very long before we're back outside of it. I think that we've had our change of character, and we're probably trending to the upside outside of this one. That would be my speculation. Yeah, we'll see. I think it's kind of it's a strong project. You know, there's demand for 1 inch, but we'll have to see. Yeah, it's just all eyes on Bitcoin. That's the moral of the story here today, folks. Keep your eye on Bitcoin. So yeah, that is all the time I have for today. If you enjoyed the content, please leave it a like. Don't forget to subscribe. And if there are any projects that you want me to take a look at, leave them in the comments section down below. And yes, subscribe, bell notification if you want to be notified of when I go live. It's not for me, it's for you. If you don't like it, YouTube thinks you don't like it. I don't care if you like it, it's just how the algorithm works. So yeah, without any further ado, please trade safe. It is a jungle out there. Peace.